Hi, it's Monica. Today I'm going to make this sling bag. I'm using polyester bonded thread, Tech 35, and this is from Wizardy Stitches. I'm going to put in a fresh 9014 microtech needle, and I will be making it with this and white seatbelt webbing, and then the gusset is going to match the lining. If you don't have a microtech needle, you can use a top stitch needle, 9014, and I keep my stitch length for sewing at a 3. But there's no vinyl on this, so I'm going to take it down to a 2.5 because it's just going to be canvas. You could probably even go a smaller needle, but the 9014 needle is is my go-to. And I have another bag over there I'll be doing right after this one. So I'm going to move on to step 1. The first step is going to be to put interfacing on all your pieces. I'm going to use SF101 on the main and the lining. You could use something heavier if you want to. I'm using canvas for the outside and a water resistant canvas on the inside. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is the strap connector. We're going to fold it in half. You can iron it. I'm just going to finger press it and fold each side in and then together. And I'm going to give it a little bit in case my iron's still hot. Probably not, but I turned it off. I can't run the air conditioner and the iron at the same time. So that's enough for a crease. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew down one side and the other. And for top stitching, I like to do a 4 on canvas. And with the heavier thread, you may need to adjust your tension. It just depends on your machine. So that's done. I will put that aside until I need it. And I get these little things at the Dollar Tree, and you can fit, oh, there's a staple in there. I put all my hardware for a project when I get everything ready, so I have it, which I didn't do today. And then it just snaps, and I keep it in my project bin with all the other stuff. Okay, now I've got my zipper panel done. I trimmed it to what it said on the pattern. Now I'm going to put my gusset right sides together with the zipper panel. And then I'm going to stitch on both sides, just right across there on both sides. I'm going to go back and forth over the zipper a couple times to secure it. Now I'm just going to sew this according to the instructions. Back tack. And I'm using a 2.5-inch seam allowance. I'm going to go back over this. And back tack. going to do the same thing over here. Line it up and stitch it on. Make sure everything's lined up good. Back over there. Okay, now I'm just gonna trim my threads. I'm gonna cut off the excess zipper here and on the other side. And we'll move on to the next step. Didn't have the strap, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this together, right sides together. I'm going to leave this edge undone, and I'm just going to fold it back. So when I'm ready to put the webbing in there, I can just stitch it in when it comes. It should be here in a few days. Let me turn my iron on. And I'm going to just kind of eyeball it. There. That looks good enough. All right, now let me clip this together, and I'm going to sew both right sides together. And then attach it. Okay, I'm going to take this to the machine and stitch it on. I'm going to do the same thing to this side. All right. I'm just trimming the edge. All right, now we'll just get the rest of these threads. And I'm going to turn this right side out through the bigger one. And I'm going to give this a good press. Roll those seams out. Get everything flattened. Keep that in there. I'm going to press this, and then I'm going to top stitch it because I like the look of top stitch. I don't know what it has in the pattern. I didn't check because I wasn't planning on doing this, but there we go. Get it nice and flat. This probably isn't hot enough, but it's hot enough for this. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to turn this up to a 3, and then I'm going to top stitch this. All right, we'll top stitch this just 1/8 of an inch from the edge on both sides. Whoops. Now I'm going to turn it over and do this side. Just right along that edge. So there it is already. And normally you would have your strap all in here and ready to go. But since mine's not here yet, I am going to leave that step off. So I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm just going to take a little snip right on the edge just to mark that. Not into your basting, just, you know, the edge. Then I'm going to do it this way. Ooh, that was a big one. A little too big if you ask me. And this one. Okay, now I'll do it to the back. Just a little snip. That one I took was a little too big. All right, now in the middle. Oh, I already did that side. Okay. Did I? Yeah, I did all those. Okie dokie. I've got everything marked and set up, ready to go. So we don't need this right now. We are going to take this connector and line it up in the middle and then baste it on. So that will go right there. Get some more clips. So that's there. Then I need the D-ring connector. And then this is going to go at the bottom. And I'm going to clip that in place and then baste it with it also. So we're going to baste across here, and we're going to baste across the bottom. And a half. And I'm just going along the edge for the baste. And I back stitch even though we're just basting it because it's extra security. Okay, now I'm going to baste this bottom. If your machine won't go over thick, you can always put a hump jumper. I usually start right on it and then back stitch and then go and then back stitch. Because this will get sewed again when it's together. Okay, I'm just trimming my threads. So, the back is all ready to go because this will flip up like that and this will go out once it's together. Now we'll move on to the next step. And we are going to fold it in half. Put these two, match these two up. Get your half, and you're just going to take a tiny, tiny snip in the edge so you know where that is. Line it up. And then you're going to do the same thing down here. Line it up. Okay, and now we have to put that gusset on. And we're going to start with the front main panel first, so we can set that one aside. And we're going to pin all the way around. All right, and we're going to want to line up the notches. Like this one here goes right there. Then we're going to want to line up this one right there. And this, oh, we didn't do the sides. Well, that would be there, so. Okay, now we have to clip all the way around this thing. Just seems awful big. I don't know. Maybe I have it upside down. Maybe I was supposed to clip the other ends because that looks... Let's see. Oh, you know what? I believe we were supposed to round all the corners because the top and bottom both look rounded on these pieces. So, let me do that because I missed a step. Thought something didn't look quite right. So I need to go back in and find my little corner piece. And line it up on both sides. Hold it in place. This one I'm not going to mark because it's on the... I'm just going to trim it with that right in my hand. Just line everything up and trim without cutting my cardboard. I printed the pattern piece and then I glued it to cardboard. So now I need to do the same for this one and the lining. The front gusset. So I'm going to move this out of the way and start here with the gusset. Oh, it's over here. It's over here, out to my way. And we're going to put this right sides together. And clip the top. And clip the bottom. And then just clip all the way around. And then when you're at your, when it starts to curve, you can clip around the edges. Clipping is the longest part of this. And you're going to need to fold this up and just kind of work this all the way in like that. You're just going to clip all the way around. And put those, and I like to make sure these are lined up the same. Make sure those are the same when you clip them. All right. My stuff's coming off, but that's all right. Little tiny snips so you can get it to go on there. Like at 1/8 of an inch is all I do. Just little snippers so you can flatten it down And then you just kind of got to ease it in without getting any puckers. So, which you'll have to adjust as you go. You know, I'm just clipping it to kind of keep it in place, but you'll have to like play with it when you're going around so you don't get puckers. Okay, there it is, all clipped. So now you're just going to stitch all the way around at the seam allowance of the pattern. There's the front, all the gussets all clipped, and there is the back. You're going to lay it down on your sewing machine bed and then sew all the way around. And I'm going to start right at that one seam and then go all the way around. I'm like right at the top of this gusset here. That's where I'm going to start. Back tag. And just, you know, kind of keep it lined up. And if you go off your seam allowance here, don't worry about it, because you can, I like to go around again, so and you're just gonna want to kind of go around the edge, but you know, just poke it and flatten it so you don't have gathers. Turn it a little bit and flatten it back down. All right, let's flatten you. Another, oh, there's a pucker. We don't want a pucker. All right, there we go. Down and boom. A little turn and boom. Little turn and boom. All right, let's get that clip out of the way and get that flattened so there's no puckers. Sometimes you have to clean up the edges because I think I did get a pucker there, but and I went off the seam allowance, so I definitely go around the corners twice. But now it's just getting that on there and then pushing it down. And a tiny pucker is nothing to, you know. It's not anything to be, you just gotta ease it in there. You are gonna have a little gather, but you don't want a giant pucker. So just kind of, ouch, that was my finger, dude. How dare you? All right, gotta pull it out so it's flat. Oh, there it ain't working too good, dude. All right, move it over a little. And I'm just going around the edge up there, and then I will go around again. Because, you know. Where that zipper starts, I'm going to back tack. Alright, now I'm just going to go around the edges here, and then I will go around again once I'm got this on there. Flatten it out. What is that? We don't want that pucker there. Oh no. Good thing I saw that. That would have been not good. flat. Make sure there's no pucker. And get you out here. Why is there a, oh. Alright, it needs to get pulled way out here. So, I'm just lining it up, going around slow, making sure everything's flat inside and not puckered like I think that is. Yes, it is. There we go. So pull it out and go around. Alright, now I'm going to go around on the outside, and then I'll go back in and do the, because this will help when if I have to fix the pucker on the inside, this will help keep it aligned. Like I'm sure I'm going to in a few spots. And I also have to go around at this correct seam allowance because this is not working right. And I can tell I got a pucker right there. So I'm going to take this seam out right here. And work that pucker in so that I do not have one. I got to take out a few more stitches back here. All right, got it flattened. Now I can go around, still in that corner, back to where I started, and back stitch. Now, what I'm going to do before I go around and make sure at the seam allowance, I like to turn it inside out and check for any big puckers. I should have interfaced this, is what I should have done. But I didn't. My mistake. My bad. So you're going to put this inside. And line it up just like you did the other way. All right. Now we have this right here. And we are going to take the back panel and put it on and do the same thing as the front. We're going to line it up at the notches. And we're just going to clip all the way around and clip the edges like we, as we need to. And then stitch it the same way. All right. And I'm going to trim off the extra thing there. All right, there we go. All right. Now you're going to repeat all the steps and do the same thing for the lining. The only difference is the top gusset where the zipper goes won't be attached yet. All right. So there's the outside of our little backpack, and you can give it a good press unless you're using vinyl. And then we have to line it up on the gusset on the marks here and here, and then we're going to sew it to there. All right, now I'm putting the lining inside, and I'm going to line up all this stuff again. And I'm lining up where I already sewed the gusset on to the inside of the bag. Now, you're just going to sew from here around to there and the same thing. You're just basting that in place. Okay, I put the lining in. I sewed all the way around. Now I'm just, the edge that was loose, that we folded, I'm just sewing in. All right, and there you can see I just sewed where it was. I folded it over like this one here. All right, we sewed over there. I'm just folding it, pinning it in place, and top stitching all the way around without breaking a needle or anything else like that. So that's about as far as we can go. Alright, now let's pop it up and get this show on the road. You could hand stitch all this, but not this girl. And I do have a top stitch needle in now for the thickness and to get a good top stitch. That's why they tell you, read all the directions first, because they mean it. They should give you the directions before you buy one. Buy the pattern. Okay, let me fix this. And hopefully nothing got caught in there that's not supposed to be. Wonder what's, there's something must be caught in there. Just get me to the edge, people. I don't want you all the way up to the zipper. I only want you to there. No, I should have made that bigger, but I didn't. And it's done. All right, here's the backpack. It's all done. Let me click some threads here, and then I'll melt them all. But it's got double zippers. And I think there's a thread in there. Yep. Oops, I found another one. I'll have to go through here with a fine tooth comb. Okay. Got dual zippers. Got the thing I will put the stuff in when I get it. It's got a D-ring. It's got a zipper pocket. And then inside it is finished with the drop-in lining. Not a fan of the drop-in lining, but it's done. Thanks for watching.